with Pete's Tools. Good to see you back here again. Last week ago I was talking about the old manky ground clamp that I had on my little plasma cutter, so I thought I'd give you a quick DIY hack how to turn this ground clamp into something decent that we can use, and that should cut perfectly again. Anyway, have a look at the video, guys, see what you think. If you like my video, subscribe up the top there, click the like button, and drop me a comment down below. I'd love to have a yarn with you. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, I don't know if you're anything like me and the old wear the old ground clamp out. This will work either for a little plasma cutter or a MIG welder or even a stick welder. It'll all do the same thing. This one here is pretty buggered, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is, well, the end of it's still alright. The end of it's still alright. This is only quite a light earth cable as well. It's only for a small plasma cutter, but you can do this with basically any welding or plasma cutting machine that you've got. Most people, just the end here, the end of the clamp buggers out before the rest of it does. So I'll just show you what I do, and you guys just see what you think. Most of you guys got one of these hanging around the workshop somewhere. This one's a bit beaten up and old. It's an old G clamp or a C clamp, depends where you are and what you call it. But yeah, I'll use one of these instead of this. But I've got another one. I've got a better looking one lying around here. It's a little 4-inch one. Yep, you can buy them. These will cost about the same as these. It's just the clamp that I prefer these, because you can put these on pipe, or you can put them on box section, or you can do anything with them really. So anyway, without any further ado, we'll get into it, and we'll see how we can make this into this. Cool, let's get into it. Right. First of all, what we need is a 4-inch or whatever size you've got lying around the workshop. If you haven't got one, I'll drop some links down below and you can buy one. Like I say, they're cheap, but most of you guys will have something like this lying around the workshop. And you need a drill press or a cordless drill, or yeah, I would use a drill press. It's just a lot easier and a lot quicker. So like I say, what you need is a 4-inch or a 3-inch or however big clamp you want. And yeah, we'll get into it. So we put the old G clamp on the drill press, and we just drill a hole through the centre of it. And there we go. One hole through the centre of the old G clamp. So yeah, I suggest you do this on a drill press, because I think it would be virtually impossible with a cordless drill. But you never know. I just prefer a drill press anyway. Should put some lubricant on it too while you're drilling it, I think. But anyway, that's the idea. So we've got our G clamp back, as you can see. It's got we'll put a hole through it. Right there, but you can see it's quite burred. Got some burrs on it, and it also has a lip here from the clamp. So what we want to do is get the angle grinder and take this lip off here, and just smooth this off and take the paint off it. So we'll do that now, eh? Make sure you put your safety glasses on, and we'll just take the lip off and Also with this gets quite sharp along here. Just make sure you rip that off the edge off with the angle grinder there. End up looking like something like that. We'll get the old clamp, this one here, this one that's buggered, and as you can see the connector there is buggered as well, but I don't happen to have another one of these, so I'm just going to cheat. So what we'll do is we'll cut that off where it's still good on the lead, cut it off like so, get rid of that because that's shot, and then we've got the wire in here. So what we'll do with that is get a sharp knife like that and I would take probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches off here. Just watch your fingers when you do it. Just like so. Don't push it down too much, just until you cut the covering off. Pull the covering off like that. And so you can see here we've got a nice cable that we can use again. In fact, I'll take a little bit more off that, guys. I'll take it back to about here. So we'll take that back and just roll it around like so. Don't push it too hard, you'll cut your fingers. Just roll it around like that. You'll feel when it touches the wire inside. Just pull it off like that. And what I normally do is just pull all the loose stuff off it and cut the, so this is cotton in there to reinforce it. Cut that off like that. Right, there you go. So we've cleared up our lead. We've got our G-clamp. We've got it all nice and tidy like that. What you need now is an old bolt. Have an old bolt line around your workshop somewhere. What I normally do is just make sure that the washers, you need to cut the washers as well, and make sure they're quite thick. See, like these. You'll find them somewhere. You'll have them floating around somewhere, no doubt. And just make sure they're quite thick, because they don't tend to bend then, and they'll last you quite a while. So you get your old bolt and get your clamp, put it through like so, and make sure when you drill a hole that the bolt that you're going to use is going to fit through the hole, because there's nothing worse than having a hole too small or a bolt too big, and it just really annoys you. It annoys the crap out of me. Anyway, I'll put it in like that and give yourself, because like I say, I haven't got the correct fitting for the wire, so give yourself some space like so. Don't do it up completely. Now that wire that we've aired on the end here, let's get that, stick them on the workbench here, pull it up like that, wrap it round like that, and put it under your washer, forward or back, doesn't really matter, like that. Do it up by hand, just till you get it tight. And then what I normally do is I just pull that one round over there, just loosen it off a little bit like that. And if you can just pull that wire round and again, tuck them under there like that. And if you can see that, you see I've wrapped that round and round and round. And we're tightening the bolt up this way, so wrap the wire around that way as well. So when you tighten the bolt up, the wire doesn't unscrew, because that's a pain in the bum. So just do it up by hand like that. Get your little spanner, and just push it under like so. Get your little spanner, do them up quite tight. Just get them tight, pull them up. See how we took the edges off there, so that wire sits in there smooth like so. Like that, like that. We now have the other end, it goes like so. We now have a new C clamp or G clamp welding clamp. And this is awesome, because this lasts for ages. But what I would do, if you're using a new one of these, and so if you want to buy a new one, I'll put some links down below. But if you're using a new one of these, see this, the foot of it is still covered in paint. So this hasn't got paint. This hasn't got paint, so we go through there and it contacts through here, through the thread. but the bottom, when we're clamping it, it's still got paint. So just wind this up like so. Wind that up like that. Get your old trusty angle grinder, put your glasses on again, and just take the paint off the bottom. Like that. See, now we've taken the paint off there, it'll make a perfect contact. Awesome. Plug it into your machine, whether it be your plasma cutter or your welder, and you're wherever to go. What I like about these compared to this, because this is buggered of course, but apart from that, is that if you're welding something like box section like that, large box section, this is a real pain to get that on there. You know, it's a real pain. But this is just so easy. So easy. But once again, make sure that you clear the paint off whatever you're using to weld with. Like this, you'd have to clear the paint off with a little angle grinder. Like that. Like so. Couple of turns. You've got a perfect earth clamp there now. Beautiful. And it's no dearer than just replacing it with one of these. And you can get a double use out of your old leads, because the leads don't normally bugger out, it's normally the clamps on the end. And also, advantage of these is, if you've got a metal table like I have here, you can just open it up. This is made out of C-section. Screw it onto the table like that. Put your welding on there and weld directly, get your earth through the table. Brilliant. Anyway guys, that's this little video for what it's worth, just reusing the old welding leads. If you like the videos, like I say, subscribe up the top, drop a comment down below, I'd love to hear from you, and hit the like button as well guys. Beautiful. We'll see you next time.